First of all, we understand that men and women are different. So we never evolved. We're not modern enough to think that men and women are different. Like we understand that God created them differently. Like if we were to get a blood work panel done for you and me, like if the doctor we switched them and we didn't tell them they would know that you are a man and I'm a woman, right? Just
Yeah.
from our blood work or scanning our brains, like they would know. So we believe that men and women are different and they bring different strengths to the game and they have different weaknesses as well, and that together they actually create a whole. So, in my culture, what we believe is that male nature recognizes male nature a lot more than women. Women are more emotional. We project our like the way we think onto men and think that's how they think. But men don't think like women think. They're
Mhm.
wired differently. So in the wedding process, the men are very much involved. As if you go back to all of the ancient cultures that we have data on that have been extensively studied by anthropologists, men were very much involved in choosing partners. Like it was like women might have been involved in more of the arrangements part, the fun part, but like the decision making was left to men, and there's a good reason for that because men recognize predatory behavior. They also recognize potential. They can see things that women cannot see because they're different. So
Yeah.
the way men are vetted, so let's say, let me give you examples from just my cousins, a lot of my cousins' weddings, right? So let's say that a proposal, so a woman when she's of age, and typically this will be right when she's graduating from college, she'll start getting proposals. And so you might get like 4 or 5 proposals from different men at the same time. And a proposal means that a man showed up to your house with his parents and his uncles and his cousins and like as many family members that he could fit in your living room. Like that's usually the constraint because we come from
Mhm.
large families. So he'll bring his family, and then the woman's family is there, and they will meet and they'll talk, and the guy and the girl they will see each other in front of everyone, and if there's permission from both sides, they might be allowed to go on like a lunch date. But sometimes it depends on how conservative. Sometimes the cousins might go with, or the married brother and his wife might go with. So it's kind of like that. So then the dad will say, okay, well, thank you for the proposal, and we'll need a week. And then the guy's family, like, will like the girl's uncle might happen to be in the neighborhood of the guy's job, and he might just stop by. And he might stop by and see you interacting with your colleagues.
Yeah.
And your so and so's cousin might say, "Oh, I know his dad." Okay, well, he might go and hang out with his dad for an afternoon. And the women in the family might go stand and spend an afternoon with the other daughters-in-law to see how they're being treated. Are they dressed well? And what's the culture of their home? Do they cook? Do they have house help? How are the women of the house treated?
Mhm.
Are they liberal? Are the women allowed to work outside the house? Or so there's all of these things that the women look for, and then some things that the men, and then at the end, the family will, voice their opinions, and then the girl will say, well, I really like that one. And then the dad might say, well, that one was nice, but we did notice this thing at his work. So are you okay with that? And the mom might say, well, we went to their house. We did notice that they don't have as much help as we have. Are you sure you're willing to like cook and you're going to be okay with that lifestyle? And she might say, I really liked him. I'm going to be okay with that. So that's how it's a process, but usually it's within, when you're of age, within 2 weeks, like it's done. Like that's the process. Like
Yeah.
because there isn't, you didn't meet the guy on Tinder. So like you don't have to get to know him for 2000 years, and he doesn't have to test drive you in all different seasons of life and do all, because it's like the
Yeah.
whole family was involved on it, the process.